Hello, my name is Janelle, and today I'm going to talk about indirect questions and present perfect, and vocabulary of giving personal information and descriptive possessions. Indirect questions. Indirect questions are a more polite way to ask for information or mere requests. When we make requests in English, we usually use the modal verbs can, could, and would. We also use the modals to begin many indirect questions. Um, Here are few common questions paragraphs for indirect questions. Could you tell me? Do you know? Would you mind? Do you have any idea? Will it be possible? To form an indirect questions, we start with paragraphs like this. Then we add direct questions to them, both the word or the tense. For example, could you tell me your name, please? Do you have any idea what is happening? Yes or no questions, but some indirect questions do not contain WH questions word. These are direct yes or no questions. Questions that we convert into indirect questions. For example, has the game started yet? No. Let's listen to how it changes into an indirect question using if and whether. Do you know if the game has started yet? Do you know whether the game has started yet? Present perfect. It is used for actions in the past that have significance in the present. Grammatical rules. To form the present perfect, the auxiliary verb to have is used in the present and the past participle of the verb. For regular verbs, the past participle is the past simple form. For example, subject, I, you, we, they. Verb, auxiliary verb, have. Short form, if, you, we've, they've. Past participle, talked, learned, traveled. Subject, he, she, it. Auxiliary verb, has. Short form, she's, his, its. Past participle, talked, learned, traveled. There are many irregular past participles in English. Below is a list of some of the most common irregular past participle. For example, verb be, simple past was were, past participle been, and others. When forming sentences with the present perfect, we use this structure. For affirmative sentences, subject and auxiliary verb to have and past participle and complement. For example, you have studied. For negative sentences, the structure subject and auxiliary verb to have and not and past participle and complement. For example, he has or hasn't or has not studied and complement. Interrogative sentences. The structure is auxiliary verb to have and subject and past participle and complement. For example, have you studied? The present perfect is used to describe an experience, a change in the time, success or achievements, actions that have not yet happened, and others. For vocabulary have given personal information. Sometimes people ask you for personal details such as name, address and date of birth. Here are some typical questions and ways you can answer. Question words. Who asks for a name or person. Whose asks for about the owner. Why asks for a reasons. Where asks for a place. What asks about a thing or a concept. Which, ask about a thing. When, ask for a thing. How, ask about the way something happens. Also, how much or how many. To ask about quantity. How long. To ask about directions. How often. To ask about frequency. Typical questions and answers. 1. What's your name? My name is. 2. What's your date of birth? July the 2nd, 1980. 3. What's your marital status? I'm married or single or divorced or widowed. 4. What's your address? Rose Cottage. Describing possessions. It is used to describe something you own or the conditions of owning something. For example, personal pronoun I, verbs has or have, possessive determine mine, possessive pronoun mine, personal pronoun object me, reflexive pronoun myself. You have. Possessive determine your, possessive pronoun and yours, personal pronoun object you, reflexive pronoun yourself. He, verb has. Possessive determine his, possessive pronoun his, personal pronoun object him, reflexive pronoun himself. She has. Possessive determine her, possessive pronoun hers, personal pronoun object her, reflexive pronoun herself, personal pronoun it, possessive determine its, possessive pronoun its, personal pronoun object it, reflexive pronoun itself. One, possessive determine one's, possessive pronoun one's, personal pronoun one, and reflexive pronoun oneself. The plural we, possessive determine or, possessive pronoun ours, personal pronouns object use, reflexive pronoun ourselves. You, possessive determine yours, possessive pronoun yours, personal pronoun object you, reflexive pronoun yourselves. They, possessive determine their, possessive pronoun theirs, possessive pronoun object them, reflexive pronoun themselves. That all for today's presentations. That thank you for your attention.